Hi, it's Kylia and welcome to my YouTube channel. So a while back I moved into my new room and it looked like it needed some remodeling and refreshing, which is what this video is about. So first let me show you some pictures of what my bathroom and room used to look like. So here's some pictures of my bathroom and room. As you can see, it didn't look too good, and so the rest of this video is basically going to show the process of everything I did to achieve the look that my room has now. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I've already done prep-wise. I taped down the trim after sanding it, so when I'm painting the walls, it doesn't get onto the trim. I put spackle into the holes in the walls, like that came from my towel bars and stuff. I put plastic on areas that I don't want paint to get on, like the toilet, the sink, mirror, and the shower. I have 2 lamps here because we took the lights out because I'm going to be painting the ceiling too, and I don't want any paint to get on lights and stuff. So basically everything prep wise is done, and I'm going to be priming my walls before I paint them with the actual color. This is the primer I'm going to be using, and I'll get back when I'm going to start priming the walls. So I'm now in my painting clothes, very fashionable, and I am going to basically paint this wall right here. Oh, pretty. I'm going to paint this wall right here just to kind of demonstrate how I'm going to put the primer on, and then I'll just get back when it's all done. I have the primer on my brush to paint the wall like so. Okay, so now I'm going to paint the trim part, like right here next to it. It doesn't have to be perfect since this is the first coat. I'm going to do the second coat sometime later. Basically, just a little bit of paint right here. So, once again, doesn't have to be perfect since this is just the first coat, but it's not. This is just a general idea of what this room is going to look like after I do the whole thing in primer, but I'll get back when it will be time to paint the bathroom with the actual color, but this was just to get an idea of what the priming part was like. Okay, so as you can see, I did a few strokes of paint on this wall. The paint that I'm going to be using is called Granite Boulder, and it's kind of greenish gray, and I thought it would fit really nice with the cement that I have in the tiles of my bathroom. I have to do 2 coats of paint in this room. Today I'm doing the first coat, and I'm probably going to get back when this whole room is just finished in general with both coats on, so that you can see the finished product paint wise. But I just wanted to show you the color because I think it's a nice color, and yeah. Alright, so the bathroom has been painted, and I'm going to give you a little tour of what it looks like. We've also added some bars and hooks, which I'm also going to show, and we also put in a light fixture. We actually put a few. So let's get started on what the bathroom looks like. It's not completely finished yet because there's still a few things we need to add, and we didn't like put towels or anything, but here's like the pre-finale, if that makes sense. Okay, so here are the lights that we put in. We have these type of lights, this big round one for like better lighting, and this is actually the fan. Turn it on. And it basically lights up when you turn it on. Here is the wall that I was painting. Actually, let me turn that back on. Okay, so here is the wall that I was painting. We put a mirror there, the mirror that was originally already there. Here are the towel bars. So we have one on this side and two on this side. So these will be like the main bars used for towels, and this is just kind of like an additional thing. Like, I don't know, if you want to hang something to dry there. So this is the toilet paper roll hook thing, basically where the toilet paper will be. This is a shelf to put, like, I don't know, baby wipes or something. Baby wipes or napkins, even though, like, we have napkins on the toilet itself. Here we have the garbage, the toilet bowl cleaner. Here is one of the hooks that we put to put like little towels. There's one right here as well. And here's like an original hook that was here already. Okay, so my mom put towel bars up here because if you look at the way the mirror is, when you open it, if the towel bar would be any lower, it would hit this thing, the frame. So she decided to put them up here. And I mean, it works. It's basically for like face towels and stuff. And that's pretty much it. The first step that's going to be taken in this process of painting my room is going to be painting this closet. Here's what it looks like with all the stuff taken out of it, all the shelves and clothes and stuff. These bars that you see on the walls, we're holding the shelves, and they're gonna stay on. We just tape them, so when I'm gonna be painting, I'm just gonna be painting very carefully around here. As you can see, this like piece of wood that's on the wall is a bit chipped. The paint on it is chipped, and the reason being is because there were hooks here, but when they came off, paint came off with them, so I'm gonna have to sand that down and paint over it. The first step that I'm going to be taking is sanding down the trim and then putting gloss on it. So I'm going to be doing this today, and after that I'm going to be painting the wall. Alright, so I'm back. I already sanded down these parts of the walls. I don't know if you can tell, but I also sanded down the trim, and I put paper on the floor for when I'm going to be painting the closet so that none of the paint drips on the floor. And I'm going to get started on staining the trim. So the stain I'm going to be using for the trim is Polyshades Classic Oak Gloss. I actually use this for the trim in my bathroom, and it basically gives like a little bit of color and good shine. Alright, let me mix this up real quick. Okay, so I already mixed up the stain off camera, and I'm about to use some on the trim that I have right here, just to show you the color difference that it gives. So as you can see, it's like nothing much, but it gives a little like tint, and just basically makes the trim shiny and look fresh. So yeah, I'm about to do all of the trim, and I'll get back when it's all done. Okay, so let me zoom out. Okay. So a little change of plans on the process of the room. I thought I was going to do like sections first, so first the closet and then like the rest of the room, but after looking at it for a while, I've decided to just do like the entire trim of the whole room, and then just paint the whole room instead of doing it in sections, simply because it would probably be easier to do that. So today we are just going to be moving out the stuff in my room. Let me just show you kind of like a before I mean, it's not a before, it's like during the process, so it's like really messy right now, but just look. So here's what it looks like before. It's kind of like this orangey tan color. A bunch of stuff because like from the closet, all the clothes are in this bin right there. But just to get an idea of what it kind of looked like, right here's during the process, and we're gonna get back when everything is moved out. Okay, so most of the things were put away. The blinds are off. There's only this pile of things that are in my room, like bigger furniture such as the mattress and my drawer, and it's covered with plastic as you can see. So the next step is gonna be doing the trim. Right now I'm taping down the floor so that none of the stain gets on the floor when I'm gonna be sanding the trim. I already sanded it down, so everything is sanded down, and all I gotta do is put the paint, not the paint, the tape on the floor and stain it. And after that, we're gonna get to the fun part of painting the actual wall. We're also gonna be painting the ceiling. I don't know if it will show on camera, but the ceiling, because it's popcorn ceiling, it catches the dust, and it's very dusty. So, I mean, the dust really adds character, I won't lie. But, yeah. Right now, I'm gonna be taping down the floor, and we'll get to you when it's done. Yay! So everything has been taped out, and my mom also put paper on the floor for when we're going to be painting the ceiling so that none of the paint drips on the floor. But basically I'm going to be going over all of this trim that I sanded down, and I'm going to be using the same stain I already showed you, the same one that I used in the closet. And yeah. Okay, so I already did 2 coats of the stain across the entire trim of my room. So stain wise, everything is done. Now the next step will be taping it, like taping this part next to the wall so that I can actually start painting the wall. So I'll get back when all of the taping is done, and we're gonna start getting to the actual fun part of painting the wall and the ceiling. Okay, so we already finished with taping up the trim across the whole room, as you can see here. So the next step is going to be painting the ceiling. Today I'm doing one coat and it's going to be ceiling paint. So it's going to be, the point of the first coat is going to be to freshen up the ceiling rather than to give it a color. So 2 coats are going on, ceiling paint and ultra gloss white, like glossy ultra white paint that will be more of a finish. So today's just kind of like cleaning the ceiling with paint, if that makes sense. So right now I'm going to show you a little bit of me painting the ceiling so that you can get an idea of the method of how we're working on it. So right now I'm just using the ceiling paint. As you can see here, a little part has been painted, and there's like a pretty big contrast between the painted part and the not painted part. But this isn't even that big of a difference compared to the second paint we're going to be using, because this is just ceiling paint. The second paint we're going to be using is semi-gloss ultra white, and it's going to be even whiter than that. So basically I have my roller here, my paint here, and I'm going to show you how I'm planning to paint. Getting to the end here and pressing on where the ceiling meets the wall so that the paint can fill in the gaps. Like you can see those gaps in there. It's a little bit hard. Let's see how heavy the roller is. I'm probably going to have to go in there with a brush, like in that corner right there. Since the roller can't reach it, I'm then going to go over with a small hand brush and just put paint in there. So that's basically how I'm going to be doing the rest of the ceiling. I'll get back probably when it's all done and when I'm going to be doing the second coat with the semi-gloss ultra white paint. So I'll see you till then. So you're probably wondering, Kylia, is it even a good idea to paint the ceiling? Wouldn't that make some of it fall off, especially since it's a popcorn ceiling? And the answer is the ceiling can fall off because mine did. Let me show you. As you can see, this little area here has the popcorn off. And it's because the paint was probably like too heavy for it. Like it was pretty sticky. So the ceiling was already struggling. It was already really old. So it gripped onto the paint and some of it fell off. But that's okay because I'm probably just going to spray it with popcorn spray in those bare areas, or the new light fixture will cover it up. So it's not a big deal. And about the asbestos, it's okay. It's just going to make the air flavorful. So as you can see here, there's like a little corner area that I can't really get into with this. So I'm going to be going over these areas and like near the trim with a paintbrush. So I'm not too worried about that. The main goal is just to paint the whole wall. Okay, so all of the priming is done around the whole room. and the ceiling. You can see we have the window. So when it comes to priming, everything is done. Today we're going to use ultra white and semi-gloss, I believe. Ultra white paint for the ceiling and the closet. And also like this frame for the window will also be in ultra white. I forgot to mention that the ceiling also got fixed. We sprayed on some texture on the bare parts, and as you can see, it's been restored. This is what was used. Ceiling texture, hold on, let me. This is what was used. Ceiling texture, pro grade popcorn. And basically what you have to do is you warm it up in like warm water, and then you shake it and you spray it, and that's basically it. And it ends up looking like this, just like the ceiling. So as you can see here, my mom is painting the ceiling. This is the ultra white. You can kind of see a difference. I mean, you can see the difference much better in person rather than on the camera. But this is basically the paint that we're going to be using across the ceiling, in the closet, and for the frame of this window. I don't think I'm going to be taking a video of us painting since it's nothing really special, and setting up the camera will be hard. So I'm just going to get back when we're going to be painting the walls. As the ceiling was being painted, we ran into a little problem, which it's not a little problem, it's a big problem. Because now the entire ceiling is going to have to be removed, which I'm glad about because I don't like popcorn ceiling, but it's also going to be a long process. But let me just show you what we saw that confirms that we have to remove the ceiling. The ceiling is really flimsy. It's like the popcorn layer is barely holding on to the actual ceiling, like it's sticking off. So the reason why I want to remove it is so that when I'm putting in the lamp that's going to be in the ceiling, it doesn't make the popcorn fall off when I have all my nice furniture in here, and it'll just be a can of worms that I don't want to open later when this room is already done. Okay, so I'm back and the ceiling has been fixed. So now instead of it being a popcorn ceiling, it's like orange peel texture, so it's lightly textured. Just to be clear, I did not participate in the fixing of the ceiling. So it was my parents and a construction guy. So the ceiling is done and the closet is already painted. Here's what it looks like. Looks nice and clean. So now the next step is going to be painting the walls of the room. Okay, so now I'm going to be painting the walls, and the color that I'm going to be using is called Sleek White. And just to show you the color difference and what it looks like, some part of the wall has been painted with it, and it's like white, but it's a warm white, and so it's like a really light cream. So here's what it looks like. This is what the whole room is going to be colored as you can see, this little section. So I'm probably gonna get back when the room is done. I'll take like a few clips of other parts of the room, but other than that, this is kind of to get an idea of what it's gonna look like. So here's one coat of the paint already done, and compared to the ceiling, it looks like a really light cream. So now what's left is to do the second coat, and I'll be back when we're going to be rebuilding my closet. As you can see here, we have the racks on the bed that are going to be going into this closet. So the closet is all done. It was pretty easy putting all the shelves on there. But yeah, that's it. So now that the closet has been done, I already put my clothes in it, as you can see. And now it's time for the fun part of actually putting the room together. So let me show you what we've already done and what's going to be going on. So here in the corner we have this lamp. And I really like it because it's like a shelf lamp, and it has these drawers in it where you can put stuff. It's like a nightstand kind of, but it has like 3 tiers, which I really like. And then here we have the bed. It's not completely finished and it's in the middle of the room, so it looks kind of awkward right now, but it looks really nice so far. I like the way the sheets look and the style of it. So the next thing that's going to be happening is the installation of the light that's going to be in my room. Here's like a picture of it so you can get an idea. It has like this rain style, which I think is really cool. My dad is going to be installing it, so I'm not going to take a video of it because I don't want to be in the way. But shout out to my dad for installing it. Thank you. But yeah, I'll be back when this is done, and then after the light, I think we're going to be hanging up the curtains on the closet and around the windows, so I'll be back then. So here is the light installed. My dad put it up, and my mom, she hung up the little like raindrop glass pieces that you see. I think it looks really cool and unique because it looks like it's wet, but it's not. Yeah, definitely interesting. And we also hung up the curtains. They have this like waterfall effect, which I think looks really nice and elegant. And here's what the room looks like so far. We're not done yet because there's more furniture that's coming in, and the curtains aren't even done yet because there's going to be a special element added to them. So yeah, but so far it looks good. Alright, so it's been like at least a month since we hung that light up, but I have a few updates. As you can see, the curtain is gone, and I'm about to explain why. Okay, so the first update I have actually is that a border has been put up, like between the ceiling and the wall to give contrast. My mom and dad did it, So shout out to them. And I think it looks really nice. It makes the room look more neat. And you can see the difference between the ceiling and the wall. The wall looks creamy. So that's the first update. And the second update is that the curtains were taken down because we're planning on hanging them up higher so that they don't touch the ground and get dirty. And there are these new curtain rods. The lighting right now is really bad, so let me like put them in sunlight and you'll see what they look like better. These were chosen rather than the old ones because I mean they're light and they will match the room better. I can't wait to hang them up and see what they're gonna look like, but I think they're gonna look really nice. Okay, so another update. What's happening right now is the furniture is being put together. Let me show you. So here's the bottom of the bookshelf that's being put together. It's like this white, but it's not a clean white. It's like a cream kind of. And I'm gonna be back when it's all done, so see you then. Okay, so here is the bookshelf. Almost done. The reason why we didn't finish it is because the piece that was supposed to go over there for the drawer, it was scratched, so we're either gonna get another piece, like hopefully we get another piece for that, or fix it in some other way, but for now, this is what it looks like, and we're gonna start doing the desk. So right now, the curtains are being hung back up. Here are the new curtain rods. Right here, here's the design. The lighting isn't the best right now, but here's what it looks like. This is how long it is after the curtain holders, like the bar was raised. So it's definitely a bit different than the black curtain rod, but this is what it looks like. We're gonna do the closet next, and I'll be back when that's done. So I'm going to start with showing off the bathroom. Here we have a shelf, has a candle, body spray, and then that white thing is like a motion sensor night light. So if I use the bathroom, I don't have to turn on the light. So we have the mirror right here, towels, towels in the back, and then the shelf, and a toilet paper holder, but the toilet paper holder is not being used because my mom got commercial toilet paper once, and she hasn't gone back, so we just have these big rolls instead. The napkin holder. Then there's the sink, and I have a candle here. It smells very nice. I love candles. Another motion sensor light. A hook over here for if I want to hang anything. My shower looks the same. Another bar here. So yeah, this is what the bathroom looks like now. I love the color of these walls so much more than what they used to be, because the color is so much more calmer now, and I really like it. Oh, there's also a hook over here if I want to hang anything, like if I want to hang my robe here. So yeah, a lot of hooks, a lot of shelves. So I have plenty of space to hang things. There's also this new mat, which I really like. This has a simple design, but it fits the bathroom very well. I think it kind of stands out, but it also looks nice here. So that was my bathroom, but now it's time for the reveal of my actual room. So as you can see here, I have fairy lights on my curtains now, which look very nice. Here's my bed. I have my blankets folded here. Here I have my dog toy that I've had for a very long time. This tobacco scented candle. Very quirky, very cool and edgy and different. So here's my desk. I have a lamp here. You may or may not have noticed, but there's a glass, well, it's not glass, it's plastic, but it's like kind of like glass covering on the table. And the reason being is so that I can do what I want on here and not worry about, I don't know, scratching the table or getting it dirty. And it honestly just makes the table look better in my opinion too. So that's what it looks like. And then here we have the finally finished cabinet. We got the replacement piece for this, the drawer. My dad we had problems with the doorknobs because we couldn't find the bolts for them, so my dad found bolts that would work. And now it's finally finished. On top here I have some sentimentally valuable decor. So here's what the curtains look like when the big light is off. They give off a really cozy feel, I would say. Make the room look very warm and nice. Here's what it looks like. So another update I have is that I got LED lights. So here's white, and I can dim it and make it really dark. Like that, or I can make it really bright. I can also change the color of it. So here's green, then there's this kind of green. It looks like turquoise on the camera, on the light blue. It looks purple here, but it's dark blue in real life. Then purple and red. I think it looks really cool. And that's basically what my room looks like now. That's the finished look. We have the curtains here with the fairy lights, my bed, the strip light, the light on the ceiling, my table, and then her lights here. And yeah, that's the finished look. So that'll be it for this video. My room is finally finished and I'm so happy with the way it looks. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. If you didn't, do the exact same thing, and I'll see you next time. Bye!